Greetings. Once again, Black Light. Welcome to the God Zone. And Allah's 24/7 prime time God vision. Let me explain my position while I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for popularity. I'm expressing myself in the best way I know how, because I have seniority in this time and space that you're living in, I'm living in. I'm of the living. Some of us are breathing air, but we are mentally dead. We're not being inspired by the Most High, or we're not being awoken by what's going on around us. Now, my purpose is not to debate. I'm not here to debate my point of view. I'm here to show you that if you're not aware of your surroundings, then you will ultimately be a slave. You will not flourish. Now, you don't have to understand or comprehend everything, but if I tell you to research, then maybe you might understand and get the full picture. Behind me you see a group of books. These are books named the Talmud, a Jewish philosophy or Jewish reading for Zionists. Now, you look up that word Talmud, I think it's spelled Talmud, and it's about, there's a lot of volumes there. I went to the Jewish bookstore and got a Torah and got into a conversation with the owner of the bookstore, and I wanted to buy this collection, but it cost too much for me. And he didn't want me to read it. He didn't want me to get into that anyway. Sort of like the Supreme Wisdom lesson book, for us. But this is like their lesson book. If you notice that every ethnic group got a head, they got a culture. Even though they're living over here in America, they still maintain their culture. The Asians, so-called Asians, got their culture. The uh, Italian Americans or Italians got their culture. Uh, Everyone has a culture except the black man. So we think that hip-hop is a black culture. Hip-hop is not a black culture. Uh, when I say a culture, that means almost the nature of people or the roots of a people. And we're not living out our roots. So I'm trying to put you up on wisdom, but y'all don't seem to comprehend what I'm saying. You got to have uh, a point of separation, like the rest of the groups do. Let me ask you this. Do you see Asians down at the welfare office? You might see one or two, but you don't see Asians down at the human resource offices. You don't see Asians uh, in the unemployment line. You don't see Asians uh, too much even in grocery stores, even in local stores, because they got their own stores, just like the Middle Easterners got their own stores and so forth. Y'all get mad at them, but they just being themselves. We the only ones. When I say we, I'm talking about the black man. Y'all want to say the Moors. Y'all can say anything y'all want to call yourself, but you don't have your own. You don't have your own nothing. So when we say separate, we coming from here. From the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's methodology. You got to quit buying into the system. Now the reason why I got the Talmud or the Jewish book up here, because the head, the Zionist, runs this system, but it's an illusion. And I'm trying to show you where the Constitution has been compromised. I'm trying to show you where the laws of Mayat have been chopped up. A lot of times, y'all don't understand the meaning when we gonna say Osiris was chopped up by his brother, and Mayat put them back together. ISIS put them back together. Now, the enemy has gotten to our woman. You know, and then he chopped us up. He did the reverse. He got our woman first. See, he never did get ISIS. ISIS remained separate from the one that chopped up her old man. So, but in this case, our enemy, the devil, he read the history or the metaphor of that, and so he took our woman's mind, then chopped us up, and she can't put us back together. not until the coming of Master Farad Muhammad. When the Honorable Elijah Muhammad received the teachings, he started putting us back together. So our woman's mind, he got to our woman's mind. And then she, in return, raised her children. And that's the equivalent of putting us back together again. My mother, she birthed me into the Nation of Islam. In other words, when she was carrying me, well, this right here is her book. You see how old it is. Her registration book, her due book, where she was paying dues. And to let you know that this for real, I'm for real what I'm saying. Her book, even though she left the nation, she had the knowledge to give to me. And it's letting me see my real enemy. A lot of you don't have that. That's why I'm trying to give it to you. But y'all off into foolishness. Y'all don't want to be for real and serious. So wait and see. A couple more days from now, you're going to start looking into what I'm saying. But why you got to get beat up and whooped before you start understanding, or before you start comprehending, or before you start overstanding, however you want to say it? Why you got to get whipped to almost to the point of death before you realize that you are the original man, you God, and you don't bow down to nobody? And quit buying into this system. Leave this system alone. Separate yourself from this system. Separate yourself. Start doing for yourself. Creating your own jobs. Manufacturing your own cars. Your own everything. Be independent. We're going to talk some more about it. It may take a while, but you might start getting it. This is Black Light.